Hello, beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aquarius, this reading is about your monthly message for November. And we're going to start with an overall message, an overall energy, general energy, and go deeper and deeper into the energy as we go to really get out the clearest message that we can give you for the month of November, or 6 weeks, give or take, into the future. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm going for 30,000. I rarely say this out loud, but I thought I just might. Okay. What is going on for Aquarius for the month of November? And at the very end, we're going to have your angels out and give you some messages. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Takes a moment. There you go. Archangel Gabriel, messenger of creativity and hope. Wow. Archangel Gabriel. I mean, Gabriel for me represents the angel that is there for your inner child. Obviously there's lots of children here, but like to care for your inner child. But Gabriel is also there for your creative journey. Anything creative, anything that you want to, however you want to express yourself, whether it's like for self-purpose, launching something for the public, you can always turn to Archangel Gabriel to help you with that. I'm more drawn to, let's see what the rest, but right now, I'm more drawn to speak about, I'm thinking about you and them. I did a reading called You and Them. And Aquarius, was that you that was a mentor? You were a mentor for someone, or that you were like a leader, teacher? Was that Pisces? I can't remember now, so I'm going to leave that be. But it might be that we have this message coming in a second time, that you really are a mentor, that you're someone that we can look up to, that really is like someone that we can trust, and that someone that's, I'm saying we, but like your surrounding can trust, and that you feel like a really safe place to land is what I'm getting. And there's like I just feel like there's a lot of new energy coming into the planet, and whether that is your own child, it's a grandchild or a great-grandchild, or like however that looks, it can even be that you are it doesn't have to be that you're in an immediate physical vicinity of these new little babies coming in right now. You're just a placeholder or a space holder for that type of energy. So I don't care if you're 25 or 75, you seem to have come really far, like really long in your maturity, in your expansiveness, meaning you can hold a lot of, okay, so if you interact with a person, they immediately want to open up to you. They probably want to share their life with you. They feel safe in sharing their life with you because you can hold the space for them. And I don't care if they're younger, older, female, male, whoever you meet, or whoever you encounter, you can hold a really high vibrational energy without feeling uncomfortable, or without feeling like they're too much. Or, there's some people that just, people start to talk about their issues or whatever, and they shut down immediately. Like they can't meet them at all because they can't hold the space. So that becomes intimidating, or it becomes overwhelming, it becomes even fearful. Like, don't come here with your problems. Like, I can't hold them. You're the opposite. Like, you're such a placeholder, such a space holder for people. And even for the new, I don't know how that sounds. Like, how can I be a space holder for an energy that I don't interact with? But you don't interact with it on a physical level, but we're all part of this grid, right? We're not separate. That's an illusion. So you're like a space holder for this new generation. It looks a little bit creepy, but it isn't really. it's not the physical babies coming in, although they are a part of it too. I just see these like these are little heads, little non-physical heads. They're like about to come in. Look at that. They look a little bit, some of those faces look a little bit creepy and some of them look really happy and beautiful, but it's not creepy. It's a really high vibrational, I was going to not call it second coming. That's interesting. It's a second coming of children that carries a very specific frequency that you're going to be a space holder for. Wow, Aquarius. Or you might have just had a child or had or a grandchild or about to have one, that you just really feel the presence of this type of new energy. And that these children need an authority or like an older generation to not suppress this type of energy, but rather allow it for just to expand. Because this is not the time to keep people in their place. This is time to allow them to be exactly who they are. Wrong deck. Okay. What else can we tell Aquarius for the month of November? Milk and honey. That's beautiful. And deep knowing. Look at that. That's so beautiful. And I'm getting a little bit dizzy as I get this energy. So it means that it's really high frequency around this. I'm going to read from Milk and Honey for you. Milk and Honey 51. Okay. Essential meanings of this card is the taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. The Oracle's message states, you've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude cliffhanger, that feels more languid than ambitious, when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world on a loose garment, not wanting yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. No wonder that you're such a space holder and that you're such a comfortable place to land, as you seem to be so... I mean, we have deep knowing. I'm going to continue to read. We also have deep knowing, which is the connection with the universe. It's a connection with source. It's when you're so in alignment with things, and nothing is more satisfying or relaxing than it's just watching a person on stage. Have you ever watched a person like maybe not so much in movies, but like when someone, if there's a live event, like, I don't know, The Voice, Idol, what are those called? Those shows where it's live. So you get to follow their journey. There's no editing, I don't think. Or you watch a play on stage, like live theater, or a singer or something. You immediately feel, even a leader speaking, you immediately feel if you can rest in their energy, right? If they're really nervous, you're going to get nervous. Like, oh no, they're not going to be good, or like they can't hold this space, or like when there's a leader coming into a room, they're supposed to hold the room and they're just not, then you start to like, oh, I don't like this. I don't feel safe here. And we immediately don't like so much the performance because they don't believe in the performance, because they don't believe in themselves. And so there's something about you, Aquarius, that we can trust you. I can trust you. I can believe in you. I feel that I can bring everything that I am to you, and there's going to be a safe space for me to land. Because obviously you're so in alignment, and one person that is so in alignment with their higher truth is a really comfortable to be around. Okay. It's even healing. The relationship message states sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers. Sweet moments of understanding and love among friends and family are all here for you to savor now. Your heart's calling will be answered. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and you will be nourished with the honey of abundance. So the relationship situation, whether it's romantic love or family members or friends, it seems to be like really, I mean, if you're in alignment, you're in alignment. There's no discussion. Things are aligning to you, with you. Prosperity message states, there is only one authentic you. Yeah, and what is authenticity? Authenticity is the highest form of, we think that love is the highest form, but it's not. It's authenticity. Because it's in alignment. You're aligned to source. There's nothing else. This version of yourself is spirit's emissary in the world. When you're in alignment, right, with the truth that you are a unique expression of divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. So maybe that's it. Maybe you get us to, again, it's like I'm the audience here. That might just be the case, that we get the ego to rest. When someone is in pure alignment, my ego can rest. That's interesting. And your soul can illuminate your purpose. Now is the time when that was no small sentence. Your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. That's quite a big thing there. Now is a time when you're seeking your true north. When you find this direction, you automatically step into prosperity and the world brings you evidence of abundance. Miracles are a choice and a way of seeing the world. With every choice you make right now, you have the potential to seize good fortune and embrace your destiny. Opportunities will lead to your best life now. Be open to them. You're getting a sweet taste of what you want. I mean, this is just purity. Like, yeah. You're such a caregiver. You're such a aligned being at this time. It doesn't mean that you have all your shit together. It doesn't mean that everything is complete, like you're Jesus, or everything is working in your life. You can still be a really centered person. And then the deep knowing, like we have two moons here with the stars aligning. The stars are aligning. We have a wise owl there. It speaks about wisdom. I don't know if the owl is wise, but the owl represents wisdom. And the two moons are aligning. And so I feel like whatever you've been going through that has been hidden or that has been underneath, or like maybe patterns or behaviors or habits that maybe haven't served you all that well, is now aligning to, okay, you are so centered and you're so aligned that anything and everything that doesn't match that vibration, anything that's hidden underneath as a moon message, is coming to the surface. It might throw you off every once in a while. It feels like you really are in alignment and you're very, very centered. So I don't think that too much is going to throw you off. Throw off what? Throw off your alignment. Throw you off your centeredness. If it does, it only does so in like a few minutes or like an hour, and then you're back into your alignment again. And therefore, it probably only serves a purpose that you get sort of thrown off. Because other than that, I just feel like the reason why these things are coming up, the reason why they're even showing their face to you, the hidden patterns, the hidden stuff that has been going on, is because you are so in alignment. It's like it's like coming into a dark room and you're so aligned to the light that because you're so bright, you're going to illuminate everything that's around you. So you're going to light up everything that's dark, right? So that wants to be illuminated. It doesn't mean that dark is bad and light is good. It just means that is what's happening here. And so you can really have an understanding of the dark because you're coming from a very light perspective. You're coming from a place of centeredness and balance. And therefore, looking at every single situation or every single person having issues, it's not really an issue anymore. It's just a transformation, or something is going from A to B because it has to, because it can't stay the same. It can't lay dormant underneath it all and continue to affect you as you move forward, coming into old habits or old patterns again. It just won't happen as you move forward because you are so centered. Wow. Okay, going deeper still. What's going on for Aquarius in the month of November? I feel like November overall is going to be like such a, I was not going to use that word, but such a bridging month. Because I've gotten I started with Scorpio due to Scorpio season starting up now. So Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Capricorn and you are all a feeling of like stuff is about to happen. And it's not like stuff is about to go down. It's like a feeling of breakthrough rather than breakdown. I know we hear, or people at least hear, a lot about breakdowns and a lot about like the fall of things and really afraid looking out into the world. I can't subscribe to that. I'm just not there. I feel really at ease. I feel really, there's stuff happening and I'm so low in my energy at some times. Like, I don't want to sound like, oh, I'm so up there all the time, because I really am not, but I'm not afraid. I don't feel worried. And I think probably you feel the same. And being this centered, you're probably also very excited about what's to take place. That's the feeling. Okay. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. And I didn't mention it before, but that was 43 adding up to 7. So it means that you've done so well. You can take a rest now. You can sit down and actually have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Like you earned it. It's time to reap the rewards, basically. And then we have stand the ground, or stand your ground, number 7. I just feel like this centeredness and this, like, I don't care if there's a freaking eclipse or there's a war or there's a, you're facing it all and you're still like, I'm not moving anywhere. I'm just going to stand here right here and I'm not going to be affected by it. I am really, so I don't feel like I'm here to inspire you to stand your ground, unless I am for someone. But I feel the majority of the message here is just, I'm just showing you what you are. You're standing your ground right now. I feel like you're settled in, like your feet are settling in, and you're more and more just find the footing. You're not easily shakeable these days. And we need you people right now. Makes sense. Like, just look at this again. Look at this. This is you, Aquarius. That's you. Just kidding. This is you. Look at that. Look at how people flock to you. They're just surrounding you. They want to be a part of you. Even the non-physical is coming in. Like, get a part of you as well. Like, so, like, nurturing and centered and in the center. And we flock to the center. We want to be a part of it. And if you haven't felt this already, you're going to start to feel it. In the month of November, there's this centeredness, this alignment, this breakthrough is really, what is that word? Prominent. I'm cracking myself up. That's not even for you to point to that baby. It's like cracking myself up. It's so silly. Okay. What else here for Aquarius, please? So again, I just want to say, like, the light side is really being highlighted. So I just feel like you're coming more and more into, I don't want to say that you're coming into only the light, because when you're completely centered, this is what this little staff here in the middle is what we want to point out. Because the point of being centered is not that you're all light. It's also not that you're all dark. But I think that a lot of people think that in order for us to be balanced, we need to just only be in the light, or there's just need to be positivity. That's just wrong, because the way that the neutrons and atoms and electricity, and if we look at all of that, like, we need both. We need negativity and positivity. We need the light and the dark, right? That's what's going to, the plus and the minus is what's going to bring the light. That's how we test the light bulb situation, if you ever paid attention at school. We needed the pluses and the minus in order to create light. So we need both. And so the centeredness, but I feel like this is saying being in the center of negative and positive feels darn good. You're in alignment. I'm being drawn here. This is being highlighted because it feels like you've spent more time in your shadow side, in the darkness, in the, that's interesting, because you haven't really spent time there. That's interesting. We have those 2 moons there. So here's what I want to say. You have spent time in the result of not looking at the dark. Does that make sense? The habits, the patterns, the behavior, the thoughts that comes out of a not resolved dark is causing you to live in the consequence of that. So it's not like you have lived in your dark, because if you lived there and you were okay there, you wouldn't have an issue. Now, it's like you worked or are working through all of those issues. That's what I'm saying. You're so more and more in alignment. So it just literally cannot stay put. It can't be there. It has to transform. So what is it that's going to transform? The resistance to the moving forward. The resistance to the light part of you. The resistance to solve the dark. It's not that we're going to solve the dark, right? It's maybe sounds like, what do you, like, that's so detailed. Like, what do you even, it's a big understanding of like what the difference is. So we can just again say, okay, you're starting to understand your shadow and understand more and more that it's nothing wrong with it. And the bigger the sun, the bigger the shadow outside, right? You can see that. When there's like such a strong sunlight out, you have the biggest shadow showing. That's the only thing. You don't try to kill that shadow. That's just an understanding. Really, really interesting. Okay. They want one more from this deck, and then we're going to let the angels give you a message as well. Change your focus. Yeah. You're going to come into a very different, if it has been, so this is the 5. This is just what I'm talking about. This is living in the 5, living in the overcoming of things, in the hurdles, in the challenges, the conflicts, it can cause you to be very narrow-minded, because we're more in fight or flight, or more like in the defending mode. So we need to have rather narrow path or narrow way of looking at things, or we can feel really threatened. I know for sure I've been there. I've been so like locked in and just focusing on one thing to be able to even cope with life around me. So I completely understand this one. But the more that you sort of can relax and let go and transform those shadow sides and understand that we don't need to get rid of them, we just need to get rid of the resistance to them, is that you're going to change your focus, and it's going to just become like wider and wider and wider. I think that has already happened because we have so much centeredness here. If this is for like a couple of you guys that needs to hear this, that this is still you, know what's coming. Okay. And 5 is also a great opportunity for change. So here lies the change. Let's bring in the angels. Do you have anything for Aquarius for the month of November, please? Okay. Okay, I can move on before I said this. I have no idea. Is someone thinking about meatballs or making meatballs or just sitting down to eat meatballs as you listen to this? We're gonna have meatballs in 10 minutes. It can't be that you sometime in your life had meatballs, because probably everyone did, even me who's not eating meatballs anymore. There's something about meatballs that's coming through. So if you hear this and you're like, just had a, like, oh my God, like, is someone watching me? Yes, they are. They're with you. You need that confirmation. I just had to get that out there or I can't move on. Okay. I also hear the word or the a J name. John, J name. Is there a J name having meatballs right now? No, okay, those are two separate. It can't be a J name that has meatballs. But there's also a shout out to someone with a J name. That's because I shouldn't say that. I'm getting better and better at allowing full names to come through. I am still having a blockage there, thinking that I can have clear names. So I'm sort of, it's a cop out to say it's a J name or get John or J or something. Okay. Success. Success. Look at that. That's like an angel. Where is it? Like that. We're stretching our arms up to the light. Success. It sort of speaks for itself, doesn't it? I don't have to really explain success. So if there's any hardship, any heaviness, you're working through that shadow, anything like that's coming up to the surface that's a little bit like tricky to deal with, know that at the end of this, there is success. You're getting through it. Most of you are already really stable, really centered, really aligned. We even look to you, even new information, new generation with such a high vibration coming in right now is looking to you. Or rather, like, they can continue to evolve and expand in the way that they come in because there's a person there's a person like you on this planet that can hold that type of space. So when they're looking around, like, is there anyone like me here? There's someone there. They don't have to understand that it's you. It might not be their father or mother or grandmother or grandfather or uncle or whatever. It can be even that you're existing on this planet. Understand what effect we have on this planet just by being here. That's what I have for you, beautiful Aquarius. Very different read here. I hope something in here resonated for you and that you feel like some of the stuff here is helpful for you as you move forward. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm asking you. Okay, thank you so much, guys.